If this is your first day of school, welcome back. I hope you've had a fabulous day and a fabulous week by the time you watch this. So I'm headed to school, and it's about 7:20, and I'm almost there already. It is a foggy day. I don't even know what the temperature is going to be today because I didn't even look. This weekend, 2 out of the 3 days was spent driving back and forth to Kansas to move Caitlin into her apartment. Now, she came back with us because she actually needs to go to the doctor today. So we'll see how that transpires. But she needs to make her appointment this morning so she can get in this afternoon. And hopefully she'll be all cleared so she can start work tomorrow. Otherwise, she won't. So we'll just have to see what happens. But she's planning on leaving this evening between 5 and 6. So I told my husband that he should try to get home earlier than he normally does. He normally doesn't get home till after 6. And I don't want her to have to wait until later to leave because it's a 3-hour drive for her. And it would be better if she didn't have to drive a lot of it in the dark because it's just not pleasant in the dark. So Saturday and Sunday, we got her all set up in her apartment. If you watched the video that I put up yesterday, you will have seen her apartment. If not, go check it out because it's pretty cute. Not the video, the apartment. And it's kind of like here's what it looked like empty, here's what it looked like with a little bit of stuff, and here's what it looks like now. So she hasn't done a lot of decorating yet. She doesn't really have anything on the walls other than a mirror and curtains. But she's going to try to find some artwork and some just different things to put in there as she goes along. So she's all ready to move in tonight when she goes. I wanted it to be where she could just be like coming back from a trip, like where you unpack your suitcase kind of a thing, not have to be like setting anything up, because by the time she gets there, it's going to be probably around 9 or 9:30. She'll have Mango. She'll need to get Mango settled. I did set up the litter box before we left because after 3 hours in a crate, Mango's going to need to go potty. So I had that all set up before we left. And she has food in a food container. We got one of those plastic containers with a lid that snaps down and a scoop. She's got a big thing of litter, so she's all set. Her bed and her food dish and water bowl are coming today from Amazon. So if I remember, I'll try to show that to you. But Caitlin said that she would film Mango getting acclimated to the apartment and film her like wandering around and checking things out. So I wanted to see that. I want to see how she reacts. She will be coming to visit us on the weekends. Like, she's coming back this weekend, so she's only going to be gone 3 days, which is nice. That'll be a nice little time for Mango to have a little bit of time in her new home, for Caitlin to have a little time in her new home, and then they will come back on Friday night and they'll spend the weekend with us. And my birthday is Sunday, so she'll be here for my birthday, which is nice. On the agenda today, we're going to do Go Math lesson number 5, which is place value. There's a lot of place value in this chapter because it's an introductory review chapter. So more place value. I think it's going to be writing numbers in tens and ones. Like if I give them a number, how would you write it? Tomorrow's lesson, my gosh, is writing numbers in words. Holy moly, people. So sorry. Anyway, yes. I am at school. I'm going to get into the turn lane here and try to get into the parking lot. This is always a madhouse because there's so much traffic coming from all directions, but we'll just see how this goes. Okay, I successfully made it to a parking spot without incident. So now I'm going to go in and start my day. Good afternoon. It's lunchtime. I just got my students all settled in the lunchroom and I got my lunch heated, got things out of my box, picked up all the dismissal passes that we have so far so I can take those to the other teachers' rooms. I didn't get to check in before school started, so I'm checking in now at lunchtime. I'm having this today. Yum. So if you hear beeping, it's the microwave being insistent to take the things out of it. Whew, we had a meeting during plan time today, a data meeting, so we can group kids for our first literacy intervention time. So I think we probably have that pretty good so far. We'll also meet again on Friday during our PLC time to make sure everything's settled so we can start it on Monday. Oh my goodness, so many things. So we did some writing today. Yay. We did our brainstorming last week. Now we're doing our rough draft. We'll do our editing, our revising, and our final copy this week. So the students are working on their rough draft right now, and we got partway done. Some of them aren't as quick as others, so not everyone's finished, but that is okay. We can just keep working. So there it goes. Lunch kind of sneaked up on me. I went, oh, the alarm's going off. Shoot, it's time for lunch. So we have not cleaned up. So let me show you the room because it's work in progress. So you've got all kinds of work things out. But that's okay. That is okay. Not messy. So when we come back from lunch, I will have the students just stack their papers and their little brainstorming notebook, booklet, whatever you want to call it, on top. I'm going to paper clip them together so that all their work is together. They need a writing folder. I need to have them pick out one of their folders to be their writing folder. I think that would be wise. Yeah. But today is not the day because we just don't have time for that. So maybe tomorrow we can have them do that in the morning when they come in before they do their brain bin, or while they're doing their brain bins, I can say, hey, go choose a writing folder. And maybe I can even make stickers or something. Yeah, more stickers, more labels. We're going to have science notebooks. We're going to have math notebooks. We have reading notebooks. And we might need a social studies notebook too. So they were supposed to bring 3 notebooks, and I requested 1 notebook from our counselor. So some of the students didn't have any notebooks, so I should have enough by doing that. But yep, should be good. When the students come back from recess, no, that's not where they are. When the students come back from lunch. My brain is still wackadoo because we had a 3-day weekend, which is awesome. But then not having my plan time kind of messed up my schedule in my brain, I think, because I wasn't doing my normal thing, and that just kind of threw me for a loop, apparently. I don't know. When we return from lunch, we'll read some Marquina Ford, the journal mix-up. Something journal mix-up, yeah. And then they'll have recess, and I don't supervise that one. That's got a supervisor for it. Okay, I'm taking that out because it's going to be really obnoxious. I hope you don't mind, but since it's my lunchtime, I'm going to get my lunch all mixed up here. So you have to pour the noodles into the sauce and then mix it up. And I always add just a tiny bit of salt because it's a little bland. It's pretty good, but I like just a little more seasoning. At lunch today, the students that had birthdays in July got to sit at the special birthday table, and I think they get like a little ice cream and a little bookmark with their picture on it and a birthday pencil. Then tomorrow, the students who had birthdays in August get to sit at the birthday table. And then later this month, all the September birthdays will get to sit at the birthday table. So we'll be all caught up. But I realized that, oh my goodness, we did not make birthday books for the 2 July birthdays. So we will make one today and we'll make the other one tomorrow. And that'll be great because one of the students isn't here, so they won't even know. So we'll make the one for the person that's here today. And we're going to be doing, let me turn to page 2 of my lesson plans. I don't have my lesson plan book laid out for some reason, so my lesson plan pages are just loose. So we're going to be working on that social studies flip book. So we're talking about what social studies is and what each component is. And then we'll be working on some vocabulary from our story today, which is the invisible boy. And we talked about connections. So we talked about text to self connections, text to text connections, and text to world connections. I started the story asking them if they remembered about connections and then reminding them what the different ones were. And then I said, as you're listening to the story, I want you to think about, are you making any connections to the story? So we got to share out any connections that we made to the story. And I had all 3 posters lined up across the board. And I just wrote the students' names on the poster that they made the connection with. So that was pretty cool. They thought that was neat. Yeah, that's the rest of our day. And I do not have any duties after now because I already did my recess duty and my buddy teacher is doing the late buses. I just need to help make sure they're all in there and settled. And then I can come back in here and do some work. And then when it's time for buses to load, when they start filing out to the hallway, I will go out and we'll have one on either end of our line because it's pretty long and we have to go down 3 flights of stairs, and that's just not a good idea to not have someone at the end of your line to make sure everyone gets there for one thing, and to make sure everyone is safe, because, you know, kids can get a little squirrely on the stairs and we don't want anyone hurt and we don't want anyone lost and not missing their bus. So it's been working really well for us to have a person at the front and a person at the back. So we will continue that. I won't have recess duty tomorrow, so I won't have anything really, which is nice. I'll just have my normal stuff. And I don't think we have a meeting tomorrow, so I should have my normal plan time tomorrow. So my plan time, I'll have recess break, and I'll have another recess break, and I'll have after school where I can get lots of things done. I'm hoping to get some more planning done so I can get my materials prepared before first day of the week, of that week, if that makes sense. When I get in a groove, I tend to have my lesson plans made by Thursday for the next week. And then on Thursday and Friday, I get the materials together so they're all set when I leave Friday. So when I walk in on Monday, everything is ready. I don't have to be looking for anything. I don't have to be scrambling to make copies unless there's something last minute. So I'm generally ready. So we'll be starting our literacy interventions next week in the afternoon. So we're going to get everything all squared away at our PLC meeting on Friday where we all meet together. And then we should know what we're doing. So, yep, should be good. I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. Tomorrow, for our book, we're going to be doing a little flip thing, making connections. And I need to read what the idea behind this flip one is, because are they going to tell the connections they made at the beginning, middle, and end of the story? I don't know. So we'll just have to see. All right, I'm gonna eat my lunch and I'm gonna check back in with you when the kids have gone home on the buses and it's time for me to leave. So I'll see you then. Okay, I am done. It is 3:48 and the contract time is over at 3:45. So this girl is out of here. I'm not gonna take my Sharpie because I don't need to take it with me. But I got my new schedule put up and I realized I'm missing a few cards. That happens when you're making stuff and it's kind of random. So check it out. Here's them on the schedule. Can you see that? There's a glare. But I've got brain bins, power hour, and then our specials time. So, what does that say? I can't read backwards. Snack. I'm okay. Math. And then we've got reader's workshop, guided reading, writer's workshop, lunch, rest and read, recess, AR. I need to make another guided reading because I have split guided reading. I have a group in the morning. I have 2 groups in the afternoon. It's just the way it worked out, which might be good actually. So right now I have AR as a placeholder, but it needs to be another guided reading. So I just need to print another one. And then I have my science activity time. It's a different thing every day. And then this time here is our literacy intervention time and then dismissal. So plus I have things that are just for Friday, but I don't even know if I'm going to bother with that because I have to change it for 1 day a week, and that would be a pain. So I may just not worry about it, or I may just make a little chart somewhere else. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Whatever. I may just make a little thing for Friday. So I am leaving. Kaylin is still home. I'm not sure if she's going to go tonight or tomorrow. She doesn't start work till Thursday now. So that's good. But she kind of wants to get into her apartment and like kind of settle in, you know, like hang out in there and stuff. But she ordered some things from Amazon. They won't be here till tomorrow. So she hasn't decided if she's leaving tonight or tomorrow and what she's going to do. So you'll know when I know. I'm not sure what the deal is. But yeah, I'm going to grab my stuff. And my husband took the rolly cart out of my car to make room for plants for our moving adventures over the weekend. And I didn't know that until I got here. And I had no rolly cart. So I'm going to have this big old honkin' fabric bin that's full to the gills. Can you see it? Right there. And hoof it on downstairs. I may just take the elevator because, yeah. Because stairs, not my friend. All right. It's time to go. I'll see you later. Hello, I'm headed home. Woohoo! So, yeah, I was like, by the time I got to my car, I was like tired because I'm wimpy. But, yeah. Carrying that box without the little rolly cart, not super pleasant. So I'll be sure to put that in the car when I get home. I'm sure it's in the garage somewhere. I just didn't even think about it being gone. So didn't notice that it was. That's okay. I survived. It's no big deal. Today was a good day. One of my friends actually said, hey, we only have a couple of hours of school left. And I said, well, actually, friend, we only have 45 minutes. And they went, what? We've only been here 4 hours. And I went, oh no, we've been here all day. I'm like, believe me, we've been here all day. And not that it was bad. It's just that we did a lot today. We made a birthday book for the birthday celebration today. So I think I mentioned earlier, we had 2 kids who had birthdays in July, and one of them was gone today, but one of them was here. So we did their birthday book and read it to them, and I remembered to give them their birthday cup. They got to choose which one they wanted. And then if the other student is here tomorrow or Thursday, we'll do their birthday book when they're here. And then the birthday lunch for August is on Thursday. And so I asked the counselor if it would be okay if that student was here, if they could just go to that birthday celebration. And the counselor said, oh yeah, sure, that'd be great. And they get this really awesome special cookie, which is so cool. It's ginormous. It's this big sugar cookie that's frosted and has their name on it. So it's super cool. And I was just gonna take it with me, and I said, oh, well, can we save it? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll just save it. And if they're not here, then I'll take it to them for when they are here. And I'm like, okay, cool. Kind of wish that employees got a cookie too, because they look really good. They're bakery cookies. I think they're probably made by Hy-Vee, because they make really good cookies. That is our big grocery store here with a really good bakery. That's where I got Caitlin's graduation cake. I'm so sorry if the camera is wackadoodles, because I'm having all kinds of problems with it today, tilting and stuff. Sorry about that, and wobbling and just all kinds of craziness. I guess it's just that kind of day. I don't know. I'm going to be teaching the intervention group. That's the lowest group. So like kindergarten phonics skills. And we're going to start pretty low so that we can fill any holes that there are and make sure they have a good solid foundation before we add on more things. So I'm excited about that. That'll start Monday. I think I've mentioned that before. And that's what we were meeting about during our plan times today, was going over the data and grouping students according to what they need. We're also going to be kind of compiling lesson materials, because there will be several of us doing the same things for a while until we split. Like we'll have different groups, but some of those groups will be doing some of the same things until you reach a certain point in the lessons, and then it'll split out, because they need the basic foundational things, and then it'll branch out to more specific things. So we're going to kind of pool our resources and put our heads together so that each person isn't having to do everything. So we'll have what we need. I am almost home, so I'm going to bid you adieu. I will see you tomorrow, and we will chat again. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I believe it's September 4th, and I'm headed to school. We ended up having a very long night last night. Caitlin was going to go back to Kansas yesterday because she got her doctor's release, but she didn't have all the things she needed. So she had ordered some things from Amazon, and they won't be here till today. So she's hanging around until today to get them. Last night, when I got home, she had not gotten to Home Depot to get the little clips that she can't find to put her plant shelf together. So I said, well, do you want to just run and get some? Because they have them at the Home Depot, you know, in the town where I work. I had already looked them up, and I'd even sent her a text saying where they were in the store, but she hadn't gotten that done. So I talked to her. We decided to go. So it was kind of like I just boomeranged right back to where I came from. So we ended up doing a lot more than that. We went to Home Depot and got the clips for her plant shelf. So we're hoping that those are the right ones. Well, we ended up going to Home Depot, Walmart, and Target. We got a few groceries at Walmart. She looked for a chair. She does not have any living room furniture right now other than that shelving unit with the TV on it. So nothing to sit on at all. So she was wanting to get a chair because she does have a sofa coming from her boss, who's just giving her one that she was trying to get rid of, but she hasn't gotten it yet. So she doesn't have anything to sit on in the living room but the floor. And she wanted something squishy to sit on. So we did go to Walmart. all they had were like those Big Joe kind of beanbag chair things. And she tried it out and she's like, and for $35, which I mean, for a chair, that's not terrible, but for that kind of a chair, it's kind of pricey. If it's just meh, then, you know, not probably worth it. So she decided no on that. So we went to Target. Well, our Target doesn't really have much of anything as far as furniture because we're not a college town. So she was kind of looking for like a butterfly chair or a saucer chair or something, you know, the kind that goes like this and it's on like a stand kind of thing. Nothing like that. They had kids ones, but they were a little small for an adult. So I said, well, she goes, is there anywhere else we can look for furniture? I'm like, other than an actual furniture store that's not going to have what you're looking for? No, not here. I told her that if we went to the city that's close to an hour away, that they would probably have something because they have colleges there and a university. And she was like, because it was like 6:30 at that point, and we were about a half an hour from home already. The other direction, like it wouldn't have helped us to go from there. So she was like, I don't really want to go. I said, well, if we go, we'll be back around 10. I told her I was willing to take her if she wanted to go because she really, I mean, she doesn't have any options. My husband was home when we got there and he was ready to eat dinner. And we're like, well, I think we need to go to the city here to look for a chair. And he was like, really? And we're like, yeah. So we jumped in the car, all of us. We headed out. We hit McDonald's on the way out of town. And then we went out. We got to the city. We started at Target because we figured it would close earlier because the Supercenter doesn't really close. But the Target is associated with the mall, so we weren't sure how that would work. But we got there around 8:30, something like that, 8 or 8:30. Can't remember. I think it was around 8:30. And we looked around because they have like a dorm section, but a lot of it was just like little knick-knacky things and lots of bookshelves, like tons of bookshelves, like desks that you could put together. They had beds. They had like a futon thing. But they didn't even have like the futon thing. They didn't even have an actual futon. They just had like the display. And it wasn't even like cute. So Caitlin's like, well, I don't really want that. But in a box, just like a random like shipping box, there was this peach colored thing. Like looked like a giant cushion. Well, on the outside of the box, there was a little like store sign that said Room Essentials Black something chair. And I went, So I looked in the box and I saw a frame. And I went, well, this is after I saw that. We looked all over the place. They had nothing. They didn't even have some of the furniture that our Target had, which was weird. But I'm thinking it's because the kids have already been there and bought it all because they're back in school now. So I kind of came a little late to the party, I guess. Anyway, I went back to that box and I was looking. I'm like, I think maybe this peach thing goes on this frame. Like maybe this is an actual chair. Like maybe these are the two components to make this chair. So I got the frame out and I set it out and I went, hey Caitlin, do you like this? Like this is something similar to what you've been looking at online before. So let's try it. So it was the cushion that went to that chair and it just kind of slips over the corners of the edges of the frame. And it is a butterfly chair. And so I'll put a picture of it right here. So yes, we got that. It was $35. She has a chair and it will fit in her car because the frame just like folds in, which is really nice. It just like folds up and then the cushion you can just fold over. So it doesn't take up much room. It's kind of like a giant pillow, really. But today I do not have recess duty and I'll have my plan time and I don't have after school duty. So that's nice. I should have some time to get some things finished. I need to print a few more of those schedule cards that I told you about yesterday. And I'll take them home and laminate them. I thought about bringing my laminator. I actually have a laminator in my classroom, but it's in my closet and you know the whole situation there. So ain't nobody getting in there right now. That will just have to wait. I've been kind of holding off until Caitlin is moved because right now I don't want to stay after in my classroom knowing that she's home and I could be spending time with her. So I've just been going home as soon as I can. But when she is back in Kansas working through the week, I'll probably stay a couple nights and work on my closet because my husband doesn't get home till after 6 anyway. So that would be a really good time to do that. So then I can show you what it looks like because I'll be working after contract time too. So that will be good. All right, I'm headed to my parking lot and I'll see you in the classroom. Hello, it's lunchtime. I dropped my kiddos off in the lunchroom, check my box, all the stuff you do when you have a lunch break. And I'm downloading some labels so I can put all the kids' passwords on a label and then stick that on their login card for iReady. So hopefully we can have everything together in one place. And after recess and read aloud, we are going to be doing reading groups. I started them yesterday and I met with everybody so far. Then for social studies, we're going to be reading our Scholastic News about Mo Willems, and it's about not giving up. So like growth mindset, the power of perseverance. And I have this book. I haven't read it yet, but we're going to, and I'll tell you how great it is. That should be fun. We have talked about making connections, and we did our reader's notebook where they did a little flap thing where it had beginning, middle, end, and they just told about the connections they made at different points in the story. I have my posters up on the wall. I'll just show you over here real quick. And then I need to get my kids because my alarm went off. It's about time to go. But here's what we did for our reader's notebook. That for this story and using these connections. And so they're kind of wobbly because they're a little bit heavy for the one magnet that I have. As you see, they're kind of wonky. But I haven't had a chance to cut them apart. I just picked them up from the library today, so I haven't had a chance to cut off the extra plastic from the lamination. A few kids took an AR quiz, and I feel like we've done a lot. So this afternoon I told you we were going to be reading the Scholastic News, and then we'll also be doing some vocabulary lessons to go with the Invisible Boy, some more of our vocabulary. And what else? I need to make some alphabet cards because we're going to be starting our literacy intervention time next week. So I'm going to be prepared for that. All right, I'll talk to you later. Good afternoon. As you can see, I'm in the car and I'm headed home. So I went ahead and took my stuff and put it right outside the elevator so that I could just ride all the way up to the 3rd floor, just bring my stuff into the elevator and go down 1 floor so I could leave. So that worked out really well. So I may try to do that from now on because it's time to leave whenever I come back from buses. That saves me having to go all the way into my room, which is not that far, honestly, but it's a little bit of an annoyance. So I just think I'm going to do that from now on. It's not in the way or anything, so might as well. I was able to get some letter cards printed, and I copied on bright pink paper, and then I sent them to the laminator. And then the librarian laminated them for us. And so now we have 7 sets of letter cards that we can use for our intervention time next week for literacy because we need those for phonics. So everyone has a set and all they have to do is just cut them out. And you can do it super simple and just cut them in fourths, or you can do it fancy and just cut around each one, which I'm probably going to do the I'm probably going to do the easy way and just go and be done because it doesn't need to be super fancy. I got my Scholastic order sent. I got one of the phonics lessons looked at a little bit. I printed out the students' AR information so that I could send home to the parents in their folders. And actually I put it in one of those little inside sleeves so it would just stay in their folder. And that way they would have it at school and at home. I'm going to use those labels that I downloaded today. I downloaded the large Avery labels, like the 10 to a page, so that I could put all of their passwords on that. And then stick it on the back of their iReady scanner card. But I think the label's going to be bigger than the card, honestly. So I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. We shall see. I may just print on paper. Like use the label template, but not print it on label paper. Just print it on paper, like a bright color, and just stick it behind the iReady thing. in their little holder thing, which that would be good. One of the students asked me about my pineapple fairy door. He said, "Is that a door up there?" And I said, "Why, yes it is." And they said, "What is it for?" And I said, "Well, that is where the pineapple fairy lives." And it was a girl, and she said, "Oh, a pineapple fairy? What's that?" And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. When we come back from recess, you remind me, and I'll tell everybody." And so I went into a whole thing about how the pineapple fairy lives in our roof, and whenever you hear funny noises, it's probably her flopping around up there doing things. She likes to watch us have school because she really enjoys school, and she loves to see kids work and learn. But she also likes to see them being really respectful and just being great people and being kind. So every once in a while, she thinks that we've gone above and beyond and done really awesome, and she leaves us a little treat. So I think it's probably time for the pineapple fairy to leave us a little treat, because she has little cards that she leaves us if she thinks we're doing awesome. So I think it's probably time for her to make an appearance because already they probably have forgotten about her. That's the time to bring her out again. Yes. So I'm thinking she might just leave us a treat this week because, you know, we've been pretty awesome. And she likes awesome. Can I just say that when Caitlin and I went to Walmart yesterday, I got 3 different kinds of candy while I was there. I never do that, but I apparently am feeling super stressed or something. So I got some Mounds, I got some peanut M&Ms, and I got some Snickers with almonds, which, oh my gosh, those are so good. And I had a couple of they were snack size. I got a couple of the little Mounds yesterday. But today I've been really good. I haven't eaten anything because I left them at home. I've learned, if you leave all the junk at home, you can't eat it at school. I made more schedule cards. I need to laminate those and cut them out so I can put them in my schedule. And I also printed, it's almost like a stop sign and a go sign or whatever. One side says you may ask questions now, and the other side says now is not the time for questions or something like that. And it's really cool because there are 2 different sizes. One size fits in those little Tollsby frames from IKEA, which I bought 10 of those, friends, and I still have some left at my house. So I'm going to grab one of those and I'm going to use that at my reading table. Because even with the light on, I did start teaching them about the pineapple light today. And when the light's on, please don't come over. We're busy thinking and working. And when the light's off, you can come ask questions. So I think I may need to just have that sign up there. And if somebody does walk over, I'll just put the red part that says now's not the time for questions or something. So I won't have to be like, shoo. But they'll get used to it. You just have to be very consistent with it. You can't just go, oh, well, I'll just answer this one question. Because then all of them are going to keep coming over there and interrupting your reading group. And I don't know about you, but I have a very limited, very structured, guided reading time. Like, I need to be like on the whole time so we can make the most of the time we have. I have 1 group in the morning for 20 minutes and I have 2 groups in the afternoon for 15 minutes each. And that is all the time I have. So yes, I have 4 groups. So 2 of them meet every day and the other 2 meet every other day because they're the higher ones. They're like the on grade level or above. And if they're not meeting with me, they're still reading, they're still working on things. I am almost home. So, barring anything super exciting happening, I think I will just say goodbye for today and catch back up with you tomorrow.